Nobody appreciates the capability of a race car more than a driver, and Corvette is a proven winner.
I drive a Corvette in the SCCA Escort World Challenge Series, where we compete head-to-head with some of the finest cars in the world.
In this segment, you'll be behind the scenes of an SCCA race and be a part of the action as Corvette teams prepare their cars, plot strategy, and race.
And we know you'll find it exciting.
Flag is out.
For as long as there have been Corvettes, there have been people willing to race them. From 1985 through to 1987, Corvette won every SCCA pro racing endurance race there was to have. About the end of 1987, the SCCA had enough complaints from the other manufacturers, from Porsche and anybody else who would take on Corvette, that they didn't want to race anymore because Corvette kept on beating them. The Corvette Challenge was started. That ran in 1988 and 1989. That was truly excellent racing. In 1990, the manufacturers, Porsche and the rest, decided that they wanted to take on Corvette again. So 1990 and 1991, the Escort World Challenge evolved.
There's no one factor that can make you win a race, but the number one fact is the Corvette is the most reliable car here and it's the strongest. And to win any race, first thing you have to do is be able to finish. Body is strong, the chassis is strong, so that's the number one reason. And the next reason is the power plant has a very wide power range. We can run between 2,800 and 5,500 RPM, and that's a tremendous power band, and it eliminates a lot of shifting, a lot of driver fatigue, and a lot of wear and tear on other parts of the car.
Corvettes are certainly the most durable cars that we've seen on the circuit, and that's obviously one of the real advantages that we feel we have with the Corvette.
Defending champion for the Escort World Challenge Series, R.K. Smith.
I have one for a road car, and I mean, there's a great feeling of security, and it just builds a lot of confidence in it.
I think we're going to do good in the qualifying. We'll have a tough time getting on the pole, but I think we'll be one of the top qualifiers. Things are looking good.
I expect that on the start of the race, you're just going to kind of fall in. John will jump, you'll fall in, and then go from there.
Well, the worry is the two vets behind me, so we need to just make sure we're safe. 2 or 3 laps, see where we are, and then if I have to come from 9th or I'm in 4th, we'll just play it from there. Because I want to have a car in the last 20 minutes, because that's when the race is going to be, won. I mean, you can gain a couple of places in the last 20 minutes.
Exactly.
You need to keep pressure on the leaders too, because you have to push them to pushing their cars, because I think the Lotuses will break.
Well, I think at this point, John's going to do the pushing. You can just about count on him pushing the leaders.
I'll just watch what John's doing, and if he's right with me, if nothing happens on the start and I'm ahead of him, I'll stay there. If he wants to come by, we can talk on the radio.
Together in Detroit and in there.
Yeah, we should get together with John, see what his strategy is going to be, but even what we talk about, you know what it's going to be anyway. So it's just take care of yourself and go.
The logistics support is so immense. We have so many things, so much stuff to be concerned with. You could almost compare this Corvette to a fighting machine. The driver is the fighting man, and of course, the crew are the army of logistics support behind it.
It's a team effort. You must have a good team behind you. If you don't have a good team, it's pretty tough to carry the car as a driver, no matter how good you are.
These guys have got to have a dedication to racing. They've got to love Corvettes. And they just got to be into this sport because it's pretty demanding. Take a guy that's between the ages of 21 and 40 and say, okay, you're going to work 6-7 days a week, anywhere from 10 to 15 hours a day to, make this season a success race-wise. And, you go through a good many people trying to come up with that special person that'll do that job. And the dedication of these guys is unsurpassed by none, whether it was in a military situation or anything. These guys are really dedicated to the Corvette, they're dedicated to the racing, and they're just winners. We have a good time with what we do.
Well, we're under development for new bearings all the time. Right now what we're trying to do is check them in a really an environment that's a lot more severe than anything we'd see in a normal car. What we do is actually during the race we put a collector in to monitor the temperatures on the front wheel bearings so that we can collect real-time data during the race, run it through a computer program and plot out graphics that show us in-stop braking temperature of the bearing, and throughout the race we'll be able to monitor all the temperature variation.
Right now we're putting the temperature pane on the rotor to determine the maximum temperature during the next test session. We've got 3 different colors, the green, the orange, and the pink. The green triggers at 800 degrees Fahrenheit, the orange triggers at 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and the pink is triggered at 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. The brake wear we see in a 2-hour race would take us 20,000 miles on the road on most passenger cars, so we get the feedback within hours where it would take really months otherwise. It's just the extreme environment. It's the upper limit of any driver that we have. Now we're back after a 30-minute practice session, and you can see by the change in color we've exceeded 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit on the rotor. This is the rear brake rotor in the same car after the same 30-minute practice session, and you can see by the change in color we've exceeded 800 degrees Fahrenheit on the rear disc.
Racing cars for me makes me work better. Everything around it is an incredibly driven atmosphere. Fundamentally, and every other aspect of it is an incredible sport. And you get people out of the racetrack watching all the other cars out there racing, and most people will tell you that they're really up for the good old USA Corvette. It makes you feel good racing one as well.
It's a love of driving these cars. Motorsport, I think, is pretty much a privilege for any driver who gets the chance to do it. It costs so much money, it involves so many people, and we're the guys that actually get out there and have the chance to roar around and have the most fun.
My dad started me in racing about 6 years ago. And I've been around racing all my life. I raced motorcycles when I was younger, and he's raced cars all his life. It's just something that you have in your blood, I guess. My dad definitely has it there, and I guess it's just in the genes.